Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, we know this does not work. And thank you for joining this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I've been saying all week, guys, relax, take it easy, take a deep breath. I've been telling you guys, don't get too excited about what your team does the first month of the season, and don't get too upset about what your team does the first month of the season, because you really don't know what kind of team you have until October. This is literally still preseason. And nothing could be more evident than the game last night. Now, I know it's a Thursday night game because you're playing on a short week, so the parameters changed just a little bit because of that. But understand, going into that game last night, the Baltimore Ravens had the number one ranked defense. And Joe Boo's like, yeah. They won 47-3, and you looked at the Ravens and said, oh my God. The Ravens are the real deal this year. They're playing Baltimore Raven football. Their defense last week only gave up 153 yards. Joe Flacco, no interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Top 10 offense. Whoa, Baltimore, yeah. Let's get on that bandwagon. That's what I know a lot of you out there are thinking. And then we have last night. What a difference a week makes in the NFL. Joe Flacco made one of the worst interceptions. There wasn't even anybody from Baltimore even in the shot. He ended up having a fumble that basically sealed the win for the Bengals last night. And that defense that only gave up 153 yards ended up giving up 359. Andy Dalton with 4 touchdown passes. 4 and no interceptions. 3 to A.J. Green. A.J. Green, for the first time in his career, had 2 receptions in the first quarter. And then you looked at the Ravens and said, boy, that's the Ravens we thought they were, weren't they? Yeah. So, guys, don't get too excited. Don't get too upset about what happened to Carolina. Like I've always told you guys, it's still early in the season. The cream has yet to rise to the top. And the stuff at the bottom of the barrel hasn't quite settled to the bottom of the barrel. Mark my words. But that's not to say we don't have some problems and some issues. There's a lot of people out there that are saying, man, Dez is hanging out with Jerry. Let's re-sign Dez. Let's bring him back. Regardless of the reasons why you got rid of Dez. At this point, you cannot do it. Unless the only way you can bring back Dez is you get rid of Scott Linehan. It's the only way you can do it. Because if you bring Dez back, one, Dez is going to have the attitude that I was right. I'm the man. He's got the power now. I'm in Jerry Jones's ear. It's going to undermine your coaching hierarchy. Whether or not you believe in Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett, it's going to undermine them even more. And I know when we look at All or Nothing, the narrative was set up to make Dez Bryant look like the bad guy. But if you bring Dez back, the inmates truly will be running the asylum. I'm not saying that we don't have some issues with Scott Linehan, because I'm looking back through Scott Linehan's tenure of being, head coach of the Lions, and offensive coordinator, and things, and what he's done with us. And I can't honestly say on his resume there's a lot of great things that you can look back and say, oh yeah, he led the Patriots to a Super Bowl. Oh yeah, he took the New Orleans Saints, and turned that offense around. I can't honestly look and say that, but I can honestly look back and say Jason Garrett's resume is kind of the same thing too. Before he came to Dallas, he was the quarterback coach for 1 year for the Miami Dolphins, and then was hired as offensive coordinator, and of course, head coach. So when you look at the resume, all you see is 2 years of playoffs. That's not to say he can't get it or won't get it. I hope he gets it. I pray that I've been wrong all these years, that Jason Garrett is the guy. And at this point, Till this season is over with, that's the guy we got. But if you bring back Dez Bryant into the mix, that's going to take a tenuous situation and make it even worse. Clearly, between Dak and Dez, that combination wasn't there. There were some things that were kind of said at the end of the season, like I need to throw a better ball, basically hit him in the face mask to Dez Bryant. That's going to make that kind of just, can't argue with the talent, can't argue with the passion, but there's too much bad blood to bring back Dez Bryant. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just the way I see it. And I believe the end of this year, the end of this season, we're going to see some changes made, unless it ends up being that this ends up being like a Super Bowl team or a damn near Super Bowl team. There's just been too many things where the Cowboys are changing and evolving, and that Jerry Jones is being brought along kicking and screaming. And I think Jerry Jones is still the owner of the Cowboys, and he's still Stephen Jones' father. And so we might see Jerry Jones kind of, wait a minute, hold up, we're going to do things my way again. But with all that being said, a win on Sunday would change a lot. So let's hope through the course of this week's practices, DeMarcus Lawrence has sore groin. Dak Prescott has a sore ankle. Dak was a full participant in practice yesterday. DeMarcus Lawrence did stretching and stuff with the team. He should be able to be good to go. And hopefully we'll be better prepared to take on the New York stinking Giants. Whew. It's already week 2 in the NFL. The football season, guys, is already beginning to fly by. And before you know it, it'll be the off season. So you better make sure each and every week you enjoy the season. Before you know it, it's going to be NFL winter again. And we'll all just be sitting around waiting for football. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys soon.